Hello everybody, I'm Tom Vasel and welcome to Look Back here in the Dice Tower, where I take a look at reviews that I did 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago. And I tell you what I think about them now, if I think about them at all. So we're going to jump back 20 years ago this week. 20 years ago this week is when I decided to just full bore start reviewing. There's a lot of reviews I started putting out, and I just, never stopped. So here we go. First, Ogre Bash. I was much kinder to this back 20 years ago than I would be now. This gets a 5 out of 10 for me. A set collection, you make funny ogre sounds, meh. Pack of Flies. This one's an okay game about getting flies and taking flies. I was just enamored with it at the time. It's an okay game, 6 out of 10. But I liked getting all these little flies that looked realistic. Birds, Bugs, and Beans. This is a kid's game in which you are turning over cards, and if there's a bird, you tweet. If there's a bug, you slap the table to kill the bug. And if there's a bean, you make a fart sound. And then there's other things you can add to it. Definitely for kids. 6 out of 10. Arena Maximus. This is an early game from Kevin Wilson. Yes, he's been designing games for over 20 years about chariot racing. This was in the Silver Line from Fantasy Flight Games, and it was, fine. Forgettable. 6 out of 10. Sunken City. Man, this game. I really like this was from Uber Play, a company that's now defunct, with these cubes, and you were rotating the cubes and making this Atlanta Sunken City. It's a cooler game than it plays. I mean, it looks cool. The theme is cool. It's kind of an abstract game trying to race around to different spots. It's almost there, a 6.5. Thingamajig. Now, this game from Aaron Weisblum, a 7 out of 10. It's a good game, but people don't realize how defining Thingamajig is as a game. See, Dixit is the game that made the vague clue popular, but I think Thingamajig did it first. Thingamajig is just an electronic device, gives you a word, you give everyone a clue, but you don't want everyone to guess the word, you just want some of the people to guess the word. That's a novel concept, and it worked well for this game, and then really came into its own when Dixit came out. Why Did the Chicken? This is another party game I played this time, where there would be, why did the chicken do something? There would be funny riddles, and then you just write as many answers as you could, someone would read them, and the judge picked the most. A basic, simple game. It doesn't work well for non-creative people, but if you have creative people, it's a lot of fun. 7 out of 10. Incidentally, this game was designed by Corey Heath, who's best known for Zendo, and actually just came out with a popular game called The Gang. And then I reviewed I'm the Boss. So I'm the Boss, this one it's a classic game from Sid Saxon. I played a version of it. For me, it was new at the time. It was not a particularly new game, but a good game about, it's kind of a take-that game that somehow still works as you're splitting an inheritance, a 7.5. 10 years ago, I reviewed Nanobot Battle Arena. You're building little chains of robots. Not a great game, 5 out of 10. Fantasy Frontier. I really want to like this game. Flying airships over land and creating these patterns, but still not very good, 5 out of 10. Tiny Epic Kingdoms. Yep, the one that started the whole trend. I thought it was fine. It's not as good as 8 Minute Empire, which they're very similar to each other, but it's almost there, 6.5. Kingsport Festival. I debated keeping this one at a 7 because I do like this game. Kingsport Festival is basically Kingsburg with an Arkham Horror theme. It's way too big, takes up too much space on the table, has some bad iconography, and you probably haven't heard of it because no one's talked about it. 6 months after the game came out, it was gone. But I have a soft spot for it. I like Kingsburg a lot. It's not as good as Kingsburg, but I'll still give it a 7. Black Fleet has gone up for me. This one's now 7.5. Black Fleet is a fun, light game where you control one pirate, you control one trader, and you control the English fleet. And every turn you're moving them, you're trying to get your trader to go around, pick up cubes, and drop them off. You're trying to get your pirates and attack other people's traders, and then you're trying to take the royal fleet and attack other people's pirates. Really simple. Everyone's attacking everybody. Lots of fun. The Battle at Kemble's Cascade. So nowadays there's a lot of games that are based on video games. This one is based on a video game, but not a real video game. It's basically, any Galactus type game. That's what it is. You're flying a spaceship through cooperatively, trying to blow up ships and then blow up the big bad. 8 out of 10. Paperback. This one's inching to an 8.5 for me. I really like Paperback, a deck building game that is half deck building game, half word game, which is a perfect combination for, let's say, me and my wife. She loves word games. I love deck building games. Cash and Guns, 2nd edition. This one is an 8.5 for me. I like all the Cash and Guns games. This one streamlined the whole game and made it a lot of fun. And then Diamonds. This one dropped to a 7. It's a good trick-taking game. You know, there we have hearts and clubs, and I guess North Star Game made clubs. So hearts and spades already existed. Clubs was made by North Star Games, and then Stronghold made diamonds. And there's some good things to it, especially since the diamond cards could do special things. It's just that it's dropped a bit. It's still a good game, 7 out of 10. But there's so many other trick-taking games right now. 5 years ago, I reviewed Dog Rush, a game where you're yanking leashes and untangling them. Is it fun to untangle stuff? It is not. 4 out of 10. Wakanda Forever. I really thought I would like this game. I like the movie. I like Wakanda. But this is just not a very good Marvel to board game. 5 out of 10. Foodies. This was supposed to be the game that replaced Machi Koro and Space Base. But you're rolling a 10-sided dice, and because of the lack of probability, I like to say I think this one doesn't do as well as those. 6 out of 10. It's okay. Eternal Chronicles of the Throne is a good card game back and forth, but not everything Dire Wolf does is amazing. Most of what they do is amazing. Not this one. 6 out of 10. Con of Cons. This one's set in some strange world called Glorantha. It's a Reiner Knizia game. It's okay. It's almost there. 6.5. Cartographers. Now, I think this is a fine game. I give it a 7. I know. That's like giving it a 2 for most people because everyone loves Cartographers. I think Cartographers is fun. The drawing on a map doesn't interest me as much in a role-playing and a roll-and-write game, but I will admit this one's very popular, one of the most popular roll-and-writes, if not the most popular roll-and-write. Mental Blocks. This is a cooperative building a structure game where everyone's, putting pieces around and you have some information, you're sharing information, but one person's a trader. Such a weird game. It only works in very unique situations at conventions. But if you do that, it's fun. 7 out of 10. Old West Empresario. This is a game from Tasty Minstrel in their smaller box lines. But it's a tile-laying game. It's just really a good style game. I like it a lot. 8 out of 10. Inuit, the Snowfolk. This and Old West Empresario, I like both enough that they're both in the Dice Tower library. Inuit is one a lot of people don't play, but there's a big deck of cards you're going through, and you're collecting cards and trying to collect cards of maybe different types or all the same, and they all do various things with some beautiful artwork. It's nice. 8 out of 10. Heist, one team, one mission. Silly game where you're passing around a cube and sticking things in it before it explodes. It's an experience. 8 out of 10. And Brook City. So Brook City, from the Sadler Brothers, I liked it. And it's enjoyable, but it's dropped a bit for me because it's just so complex. There's just so many steps and so many things to do that I don't want to keep coming back to. That's why I dropped it from a 7 to a 6. All right, last year I reviewed Race to the Raft. This game from the same folks who made Isle of Cats. Just doesn't work on so many levels. It's a puzzle. It's not a very interesting puzzle, and it's ugly as all get out. I tried to like it. I played it many times, did not. 4 out of 10. King's Crown, I also gave a 4 out of 10 to. This is from a trio of games from Lee Sedol from Korean Board Games. He's a Go champion and wanted to make some games. So me and Z tested all 3 of them. King's Crown was the worst of the lot, 4 out of 10. Great Kingdom was okay, 6 out of 10. And 9 Nights is the one I like the best, 7 out of 10. So those are 3 games. They're all classy looking and they look neat. Also, Point City I gave a 7 out of 10 to. I enjoyed it, not as much as I enjoyed Point Salad, just because there's a little bit more going on, and Point Salad was just so streamlined. But so fun. Amon Ray, the 20th Anniversary Edition, is amazing, and you can get it real cheap right now if you're watching this in 2024 when I'm posting it. That's an 8.5, one of the best games Kenichi's ever done. And then Freelancer's a Crossroads game. I gave this one a 9 out of 10 because it is just that good. If you like storytelling, it's one of the best storytelling games there is. So those are the reviews that I did 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and this is Look Back on the Dice Tower. Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, if you would love to game with us at one of our conventions, check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Vasel.